Well, it is an interesting song. It's very optimistic and it's a happy ending. You save the kid. Your role seems to be sort of a street philosopher and sort of angel with a black coat on.
Yeah, it's the video is actually based on a movie that was made, a Frank Capra movie that he made with Jimmy Stewart called "It's a Wonderful Life." And the premise of this video is the same thing. It's basically showing somebody what would happen if they weren't alive anymore, if they decided to just not be around anymore. And a little bit of a Christmas Carol, a little bit of Dickens in there too.
Yes, yeah. Did you really get up on a bridge like that?
I didn't do that personally. We figured a good way to dramatize that situation would be to show somebody on a bridge. My own experience with flirting with that kind of thing was different. It was stupid.
Yeah.
It's real stupid.
That was when you were 21, when you tried to do yourself in. And is that right, you swallowed furniture polish?
No, I was 20 when I actually tried to do myself. I took a bunch of pills and just thought I wouldn't wake up. The furniture polish was before that. The furniture polish didn't work. That's when I decided I'd take a whole bunch of pills. All I ended up doing with the furniture polish was polishing my mother's furniture every time I sat on it.
Yes. You gave it a high buff finish, did you?
Oh, she had the best furniture on the block. But it was a really bad experience, and I know what it was like to go through that. I know, fortunately, I came out of it, and I remember I always wanted to write a song about that experience. Not necessarily concentrating so much on suicide, more like being able to handle making mistakes. I think a lot of people aren't aware that it's part of the human experience. Make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes. You're only human. Make mistakes. It's fine.
Yes, that's probably why you came up with the lyrics that just work so beautifully. I mean, they are very economical lyrics, but they say all that you've just said then.
Good.
I told you he was economical. I've got to ask about your hometown. There really is a Hicksville?
Yeah, there really is a Hicksville. I know. When I used to go around the country at first, I'd be like in Alabama somewhere, and I go, "Where are you from?" New York. Where in New York? Long Island. Where in Long Island? Where are you from? Hicksville. Hicksville! You know, and it's right outside of New York City, actually. It's sort of an extension of Brooklyn,
right,
where I spent a lot of time, too. But it sounds a lot hickier than it is.
It's a wonderful word.
Actually, I grew up in a town right next to where Lenny Bruce came from, so we were hipper than people think we are.
Oh, right, so Hicksville has two famous sons to claim, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. The other thing about that growing up thing is the boxing period in your life. What age were you when you went boxing?
I started boxing when I was about 16. I grew up in a neighborhood. I used to take piano lessons down the block, and I'd walk down the street with these music books under my arm, and it wasn't one of those neighborhoods where you could get away with something like that. I got picked on a lot. Hey, Billy, where you going? You're going to take piano lessons? Hey, ho, ha. You know, a lot of smacking around. And, oh, you're going to take ballet, bap, bap, bap. And I said, okay, enough of this. And I went to what they call the Police Boys Club, and I took up boxing, and ended up, I kind of got into it a lot, and I did it for 3 years. But I got that out of my system.
And took up writing, of course, became your life. Just to refer back to the words of the song there, Billy, when would you say you had your second wind?
Last night after that asparagus.
I heard you polish earlier, so it's been a rather windy existence.
That was the first wind, actually.
And the second one was the asparagus last night. I'm glad we cleared that up. And I must, first of all, congratulate you.
No, I must tell you, I was originally going to call the song Second Wind. And because I keep repeating that, don't forget your second wind, I came into the studio. Now, my drummer is notorious for substituting his own lyrics. And he said, what are you going to call the song? Second Wind. Now, if you know my drummer at all, there's no way I could get away with that title. He just wouldn't kind of let me live it down. So we subtitled it Second Wind, and the title is You're Only Human.
Yes, much safer title indeed. I wanted to move on to congratulate you about your marriage to Christy Brinkley.
Thank you.
How did you meet?
We met on an island down in the Caribbean. I decided I was going to take a week out of my life and just go away. I really hadn't taken a vacation in something like 10 years. And I went down to this island. I heard about St. Bart's. It was supposed to be nice and quiet. And she happened to be down there. She was working. And she showed up one night at this hotel. They had a little piano in the bar, and I had a good couple of drinks, and I was tootling around on the piano when she came over and sat next to me, and we, you know, kind of sang a little bit, and that's how we met.
Right. Did she know you were Billy Joel at the time?
Yeah, I think she knew who I was. I'm not sure if she was aware of all the music I had done. She knew who I was.
Right.
I knew who she was.
Yes. Well, she's one of the most beautiful women in the world, and I'd imagine even first thing in the morning would be better than the drover's dog.
What do you want me to say?
No, that's your business. But I do want to say this to you. Congratulations, because you're going to be a daddy.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's very exciting.
Now, you had a pretty tough upbringing, and yet you're going to have a child who's going to have a fairly privileged upbringing. And I wonder what your attitude towards parenting is.
Well, I think, I don't know how privileged this kid is going to be. It's not like he's going to grow up in a castle. I mean, I don't live a super plush existence. We try to live fairly normally. You know, everything's relative. I think if you can have a lot of money and no love, and that kind of stinks. I'd rather give the kid a lot of love than a lot of money. As a matter of fact, I hope I have it spent down to the last penny by the time I kick off. You know, I think the kid's going to have to do what they're going to do.
Yeah. Billy, I'm unfortunately right out of satellite time. There's much more I'd love to talk to you about, but thank you so much for joining us, and I hope we get a chance to catch up with you. Any plans to come to Australia in the next year or two?
Yeah, I would like to, within a year or two, yes, because we haven't been there in a couple of years, and we do plan to do some touring next year, maybe next year. If not next year, early the year right after that.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being with us. It's a great pleasure to catch up with you again. And once again, sincere congratulations on You're Only Human. Would you thank Billy Joel for being our special guest for New Year? Thanks, Billy. Thank you, Billy. Bit of music then. Isn't he a great guy? And it was nice to catch up with him. And I do hope he lives up to his promise to get down and see us.